About a week or so ago, I lost a good friend of mine. It was a friend that I went to high school with. And after we graduated from high school, we stayed in touch. And we grew even closer. He was funny. He was smart. He could tell you just about anything about music. I mean, he was a walking, talking music encyclopedia, basically, all the way from jazz to hip hop to country, you name it, he probably knew it. And so when I got the news that he had passed, I was shocked. To my knowledge, he wasn't sick. So basically, this sort of came out of the blue. So even though I don't know all of the circumstances or what exactly happened to him, it did just make me think that we worry so much about the outside, the latest and the greatest and getting our hair together, the makeup, the clothes, the designer bags, the shoes, and all the hoo-has and whatnots. I mean, so much attention is paid to the outside details, but a lot of us do not pay as much attention to the details of what's going on with us in the inside. We gotta take care of ourselves on the inside. We got to go see these doctors. We got to go get checkups, and that we make sure we do our due diligence as far as keeping our health up. We have to be our own advocates. We have to be our own health advocates and really we got to take better care of ourselves. We really do. And age is no longer a telltale factor as far as what you can come down with, or sicknesses or illnesses or anything like that. Age will not shield you from such maladies anymore. I saw a story where this guy, he got a headache. He got a really bad headache, and he just sort of poo-pooed it at first. So he had it pretty much all day. He went to bed, and when he woke up, it was even worse. And he felt a little bit of tingling, and so much so that he did eventually go to the doctor. Come to find out, he had a stroke. I think he was in his 30s. Years ago, a stroke, that used to be an older person's issue. Strokes and heart attacks, it used to be something that came along when you got higher up in age. But with so much going on in life and different stresses and the way that we eat and what we expose ourselves to, these things are happening much earlier and happening to a lot more people. And I think it's taken a lot of people off guard. So youth no longer gives you a pass for not staying on top of your health. We got to go see these doctors and get checked out. Women, we got to get our yearly checkups, okay? Make sure everything is tight and right. Men, I'm going to need y'all to do the same thing. I'm going to need y'all to get it together and go see the doctor. If you're on any medication, I'm going to need y'all to take it. I don't know what it is with a lot of men. Now, I know they don't like taking directions, especially from women, as far as driving, but it seems to bleed over into other facets of their life as well. They don't like taking directions as far as even with their health. A lot of y'all don't take your medication. I guess you feel strong in that moment and you just feel like you don't need it. I'm going to need y'all to relax, take your meds, and take care of your health. And I know blacks traditionally, we are more hesitant to get checked out. Okay, we're more hesitant to go to the doctor, get checked out. And there's a solid history behind that. Our relationship with the medical establishment has been precarious at best. It's a relationship that has been riddled with mistakes, with misdiagnoses, with abuse, which has ultimately bred generational mistrust. I mean, I was even telling my friend the other day about the joke that I grew up with, that basically, someone says, well, where's Bob? Well, Bob went to the hospital and we haven't seen him since, But as a whole, we got to do better overall, because our lives and our health are at stake at this point. So in spite of all that, we have to do better. And we have to go get checked out. We have to go get our physicals. We have to stay on top of our health. And that's for anyone. Women, I know that there's a history of mistrust with the medical establishment with us as well. Women, when we used to go to the doctor back in the day, it was a thing of, she's being hysterical, she's out of sorts, she's being emotional. And we weren't believed as far as a lot of what we came into the doctor for. And even more so for Black women, we weren't believed as far as our aches and pains, because we as Black people were perceived to be able to bear more pain than other races. Therefore, when we came in, we weren't believed. Our issues or medical ailments were not given the same type of attention as maybe other races because of this belief. And it's a belief system that still bleeds into the medical profession today. Now, this is not to knock the medical establishment. I'm just telling you what it is. And regardless of that, we still need to take care of ourselves. Find good doctors that'll listen to you, that have a following, a good record, and get checked out. For some of us, cost may be a factor, but there are clinics and there are ways to see a doctor and not have your life at stake. We don't want to wait until it's too late. Those who have been watching me, in my other videos, I'm very much into preventative measures as far as taking care of my hair, my skin, this and that. I say the same as far as our health. We don't want to wait until things get really big and then it costs more as far as time, effort, money, so forth and so on. We want to stay ahead of the game, and we want to take preventative measures as far as our health. Because I know we say when you look good, you feel good. Well, we can also say the reverse. When you feel good, you look even better. You know what I mean? You carry yourself in a certain way. And it adds to your overall quality of life, thus making you a lot happier person. But I'm going to need us to get into the game. And I need us to really take care of ourselves. And we got to do better. And we know a lot of us, we eating the stuff we don't need to be eating. Smoking things you should not be smoking. Hello. Just doing things that we know impact our health. I work with someone and they have high blood pressure. She told me this. And meanwhile, she puts salt on everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. I mean, my mom used to put salt on watermelon. I never understood that. That sounds disgusting to me. Still to this day, I don't do that. But besides watermelon, I think she put salt on already salted popcorn. She put salt on just about everything. I caught her one day and I said, why are you putting salt on that when you already had? She said, girl, I know that. And we laughed, but on the inside, I was cringing. And I told her, I said, I sort of, verbally wagged my finger at her. And I said, you got to do better. You can't do that. She said, I know. But a lot of us are like that. We do things that we know we should not be doing, and we do it anyway. It's all fine and good until it's not. So I say, let's stay on top of these things. And I'm not coming in here to make anybody feel bad. I'm not coming in here to scare anybody. I wanted to come in here and make you guys feel empowered. That this is the day. If you haven't been acting right before, eating right, checking up, whatever, that this is the day that I'm going to need you to do better. I'm going to need you to treat yourself better and go to the doctor, get yourself checked out, get a checkup. I told you guys that I've been walking. I'm going to get back to walking. I stopped a little bit, but I try to do what's best for me. And I also pray over myself. I'm heavy into prayer. And you can ask God for what you want. A lot of us, we don't have what we want because we don't ask God for what we want. And I told God how many years I wanted, on my calendar as far as my life is concerned, and how I want to live them. Because I don't want to be 150 and then be in a wheelchair and barely know what's going on. I was not only specific about the quantity of years, but also the quality of years that I want to live. So I need you guys, we talk about improving our prayer life and everything like that. I'm going to need you to take care of this vessel that God has blessed us with And I'm going to need you to do better. We all got to do better. Take care of yourself. Take better care of yourself. Stay on top of your health, because you only got one life to live and only one body assigned to live it in. So I'm going to need you to go to the doctor and take good care of yourself, because you are worth it. And with that, we are going to put a button on it.